stop it. I thought you were ready.
Oh, sorry about that. Little guy here wants to get down and play with her. Say hi. Hi, my name's Trooper.
1, 2.
Hi, my name's Linda.
I'm Ginger.
And we're going to talk to you today about some emails that we've received and some questions that people
Lots
have
of
had.
questions.
So thank you, viewers.
Yes. The first question is about the type of home that little small Chihuahuas such as these could potentially go into. And how do you feel about other dogs, other dog breeds? What is safe, what isn't safe?
Well, it's hard to say what's safe and what isn't safe because it depends on the dog's personality. We have one poodle, and her name is Fanny. She's a miniature poodle, and she is a surrogate mother to the puppies. She just loves every puppy that's born, and she gets up there. She'll clean them as long as Mama's around and allows for it. But she loves it, and she's great with them. But she's the exception.
That's true.
And there again, also, just because she's good in that manner doesn't mean that I don't have to watch her, because if she gets anxious when we come home and she gets excited and she wants to jump, you know, even that amount of weight can hurt a little puppy.
Inadvertently come down on a puppy.
Exactly, yeah, or take that paw when she's playing and bat it. And of course, if it came from a Labrador or a Great Dane or something like that, and or just a dog who is very anxious and very active, then they can do a lot of damage.
That makes sense. If your dog can fit in the other dog's paw print.
Yeah.
A little scary. Innocently, though.
That's right. Because these guys are tiny, and they still might have that soft spot, and so you have to be careful with that when they're playing. Be sure that you don't have a little bit anxious dog that's happy to see the puppy and going to use it for a rubber ball.
Yeah. I can see how that would happen. And also, what about kids?
Kids? 4-legged or 2-legged?
Well, that's what I mean, an extension of the earlier question.
Kids within the household. The little Chihuahuas are sometimes more active than what a little child can handle. And so if they want to play and they want to romp, they might get a little anxious, and a little child can't always hold on to it. I know even for us as adults, I mean, it's like...
That happened to me.
Yeah.
Jumped out of my hand.
Just this morning.
I'm supposed to be a grown-up.
So, for little children, they're probably not the ideal dog for them. I would recommend a dog a little bit bigger than the little tiny Chihuahuas. The larger Chihuahuas are much better for a child. Very good. They make good pets. But unless a child is taught by its parent how to handle a small animal and how to take care of it and even how to pet it. I've seen some children that don't know how to pet it, and they, you know, come up and smack them, you know.
Treat it like a doll or a toy.
Yeah, and they don't realize their own strength when they're doing that. So sometimes they just have to be taught. As a child gets older, you might think, well, maybe it's better for a teenager in the household, and because they're more responsible by their age and they know how to handle a small pet. What happens a lot of times with teenagers is they're just so busy. They're so busy doing their schedules and things, and so they might forget to feed the puppy or to let the puppy out, and they're so tiny they don't retain as much food and have as much weight on them, so it can be kind of dangerous, and that's when you get into issues like the hypoglycemia.
That makes sense. And we've also had questions about shipping. You know, is it ever okay? If you really want a puppy that's across the states, what do you do?
Pray. Shipping is a touchy thing with me. It's not that that's patty cakes out there playing. There's a lot of things that are to be taken in consideration when you ship a small puppy. And first of all, the weight. You want to know that it's going to be, I like to wait till they're at least 2 pounds, but some of these guys, like Patty, is not going to be 2 pounds.
Ever.
Anytime soon.
Yeah.
And so the distance that they would have to go, the weather conditions, and the flight schedules, and the layovers, and connections, and all of this stuff has to add up. I know I've seen people on their websites and they advertise counter-to-counter service, and it really makes it sound unique, and it is unique, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's safe. And so if there is any other way to deliver a puppy, whether we meet somewhere,
Like get in a car and drive as opposed to flying? Or?
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, we don't mind, you know, a little sightseeing along the way.
Do they allow dogs on flights these days?
They most certainly do. You have to notify them ahead of time when you make your reservations. And when Patty goes home, she's going to Massachusetts. And so she will be, her mother is going to fly in to pick her up.
Okay.
And fly her back.
So she's going to be in the pressurized cabin
Yes.
with the parent. Okay. That's better, I think.
And she told me she's going to have a diaper bag with all the goodies and everything they were ready for in case they should happen to get stuck somewhere. So I feel very comfortable about doing that.
Okay.
That's
okay.
good.
Well, cool. Those are all the questions that we have for right now.
Okay, if you have any questions that you would like to ask us, feel free to do so, and we'll try to address them in another video. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
That was 6.5 minutes instead of running out.